Yongchu Sanchu Rinpoche Mashi Pana Sheju Chi Sheba Kone Kondam Perva Shas. Oh yeah. Maybe we can look at again the first verse. And the first verse, the last two lines, it says, in accordance with the scriptures, I shall now, in brief, describe the way to adopt the discipline of all the Buddha's heirs. And I shall now, in brief, describe, that is, means author's commitment to compose and this commentary. And also it's like he's going to describe about the way to adopt, how we can to accept, how we can apply our path, or how we can apply the Bodhisattva's path, according to the scriptures. And here is the discipline of all the Bodhisattvas is. Generally, of course, there is a quite number of Bodhisattvas conduct, and but if we are combined to short to way, there's a kind of the three type of Bodhisattvas discipline, and we can to say is the discipline of restraining from evil activity, and the discipline of restraining means it's like to cut or to close from the non-virtue activities. That is the most important right now. Here is the discipline of the Bodhisattvas. Generally, the way of Bodhisattvas' life, they have three types of the discipline. First, we have such realization of the what is correct, what is incorrect. That is the most important. And through the study, the scripture of the Buddhas, or listen to the teachers, and really what is the correct, what is incorrect, and which kind of we need to close, which kind of we continue to develop. For example, beginningless enter right now, maybe we done some evil activities, like a kind of killing, stealing, doing different sexual misconduct, and so on. There are the 10 negative activity. This is the principle. Particularly in the Bodhisattva's way, if we did some negative or the harming activity to other sentient beings, that is the main problems in the path of the enlightenment. And now we are like kind of obtained the human existence, and we have human mind, and also we are made some guide to teach or to showing to us really what is the right and what is the wrong. And we have these discriminating wisdoms right and wrong, and then we need to abandon or denial wrong activities, need to assertion or to adopt activities, therefore restraining from evil activities. And then is second, the discipline of gathering virtues. Discipline of the gathering virtues, as much as we can. And there is the like kind of the no certain rules, but as much as we can. Maybe before we are like careless, and we are never taking care to any other sentient beings, kind of killing, stealing, drink, and smoke, and also something is evil things doing. Now, step by step, one by one, and it is very important to stop, and each moment need to gathering as much as to practice compassion, kindness, and wrongdoing things to abandon. Therefore, we say gathering virtue. And third discipline of the beginnings, bring benefit for the beings. That is the most important discipline for the Bodhisattvas. Benefit to beings. Of course, immediately we cannot to do the such things. We can according the generosities. Generally, according the generosities, through the body, belonging, and the virtues. And immediately, of course, we cannot give body, we cannot give belonging, we cannot give virtues. We have still the habitual patterns of the stinginess. But now it is the time to exercise. Maybe it's like really too difficult, but imaginately. And to cut down and through the bodies. And in the Śāntideva book, in the Bodhicaryāvatāra said, even you the move, middle of the peoples, very kindly, compassionately, and even you look at the other sentient beings, also very love way to look. And like a kind of, we can take examples, how you look at your lover, and same as need to way to look at the sentient beings. Also verbally, as much as we can to say good things, never give harsh word, never use ugly, dirty word. And therefore, it's like we are doing the benefit to the beings. And also, it's like belongings. Maybe, like a kind of Malaripa said, to take a little bit food from your mouth to give the other sentient beings. And in the word of my perfect teacher said, first time you tame your mind about the generosities, maybe you pick up some stone and put like kind of imagine, this is yourself, maybe this is some others. Then this you imagine, think, my precious, very important. There is some ugly person begging me, says, can you give me your precious? Okay, you say, okay, take away. You know, giving like this to start beginning. This kind of exercise. Then slowly, and reducing the clinging, reducing the grasping, reducing the disattachment, and more mind is open, more mind is generosity, more mind is like concerning the benefit for others. Therefore, beginning, we need to bring benefit to the sentient beings. This kind of discipline is he's going to explain. It's a discipline of all the Buddha's air. Of course, there is more. We can say there's different categorizations of course, like principally Bodhisattva's discipline 18, 1-8, and maybe you can to look the Mr. Google. There is the numbers to memorize, and it's just wonderful. It is the benefit for the sentient beings, and also to do the something benefit for others. If others happy, this is the most important virtues. Maybe in your selfishly you meditate years in the solitude, or maybe concerning the benefit to yourself, recite billions mantras and follow the rituals and meditate according the creation stage, dissolutions, so on. Maybe if not connected to the Buddhist bodhicittas, maybe not much benefit. And therefore most benefit is to taking care to the other sentient beings. That is the most important. And in the Buddha's path's perspective, if you want to be enlightenment, if you want to eradicate the obscurations, if you want to eradicate the disturbing emotions, and that is the most important. And now I'm moving in the verse. The second verse is kind of the taking the humble attitude. Then is maybe we can to say there is scriptures here. Here is I'm according with the scriptures. That is the very important word, okay? Very, very important word. Which kind of important word? Any kind of the commentaries. And whoever comment Buddha's teachings, you cannot to write down your own ideas. For example, it's like in India, particularly in the Nalanda universities, someone's comment to the Buddha's teachings. And then is you published, and then all the Pantitas university gathered together, coming together, then you need to read it. Before you read, and they ask to you, and this commentary, this Shastra is connected to the Vinayana, or the Sutayana, or the Abhidhammayana. Then you need to say, maybe, you need to say, my commentary is connected to the Vinayana, or my commentary is connect to the Sutayana or Abhidhammayana. For example, this Bodhicaryāvatāra is linked or connected to the Sutayanas. And then in the middle of that, the Pantitas, you need to read. Then everybody say, okay, that is he said, he or she said, is according to the Sutayana, it is like this. There is really what is right, that is according to Buddha's scriptures, and then they accept. Then it's become the real commentarism. If not according to Buddha's scriptures, and you just kind of in a modern way, like magazine, and whatever you have ideas, you write down, and this is kind of the new age, and this is why not. We cannot say that. Then there's many kind of problems. And also this kind of the concern, this kind of check-ins is a fantastic. For example, if you go to in Tibet, how many there is commentaries, 1,000 and 1,000 commentaries for the Buddha's teachings. But the Buddha owns the teaching, scriptures. The Buddha owns the teaching, the 84,000 teachings. We have 100 volumes, 108 volumes almost. That ones nobody cannot to correct, nobody cannot touch. You need to keep at its ease. And then someone's comment, and then they check if there's something a little bit kind of wrong. There's such a kind of the criticism, and it's coming, and almost you need to burn immediately. And then it's like a kind of the real Buddha's teaching alive. We can have still like this. many others like kind of we look the spiritualities, and beginning like this, and then middle, then there's a lot of kind of changing process. It's really difficult to get. And the first, the founder of the teachers, what the explanation, and therefore teaching of the Buddha's way, trust. For since his example from food, there is in the hymn to cause for the lies. And there is a kind of the Buddha's teaching is a quotation. He said the Buddha's, the quoting the scripture is like more making the trust. And also it's like kind of, how do we say, it's like dispel kind of the thoughts. And also it's like if you are more quotations from the Buddha scriptures, it's kind of your the commentary is making more authentic way, and therefore is quoting the scriptures. Okay, now is the third, the verse. There is nothing here that not been said before, and I have no skill in the art of composition. Therefore, I do not expect this to be of much use to others, and write it only to acquire it to my mind. And this is like kind of the taking humble fight. How do you say? It's like the Bodhisattvas. And also it's like he says, there is nothing here that's not being said before. And already before there's Buddha himself, he described, he taught everything his own path. And afterward there is like a kind of Nangachuna, as the Asangas, there's such other Buddhist, the master or the Buddha's disciples already taught, and many. And he says like there is nothing kind of to new something not existent before, just kind of the repeat again what is the before those Buddha and Bodhisattvas to say that. And also he's like kind of taking the humble attitude. Say, I have no skill in the art of the composition, and the art of the procedures, and like kind of such powers. When they write some books or comment Buddha's teachings very eloquently or elegantly to make the sentences, and very much they quoting the art of the procedures. And therefore his composition, it is not kind of that academic way. Of course, he is such kind of the mature to manifested a human form. He can't, but he take the kind of the humble attitude. And humble attitude, it is the very important antidote for the kind of the proud, arrogant. And therefore he taking the humble attitude. And therefore I do not expect this to be of the much use to the others. And also this means it's like, maybe he says like, not it's become something, it's like a kind of famous, or it is like such kind of, I'm not expecting, or through this my, this commentary or the Bodhicaryāvatāras, people can get such benefit. It's like more than the before, like teachings, like kind of profounder instruction by giving the Nangachuna, Asangas, and Shantakoti Shantakati is the after the Śāntideva, yes? Or the before? Before, yes? Huh?
He brings to Tibet.
Shantakati, no. No, this is Śāntarakshita. Shantakati is, I think, before the Śāntideva. But anyway, like this, and I write it only to according to my mind. It's why I wrote this one. It is just to make something is a little bit more benefit for myself, and also it's maybe it's like he says, like if there is some same level of the himself. And maybe there's a little bit kind of the benefit. And therefore, he says like this, they taking the humble attitude. And also it's like and also the next, the verse third one is like it's a kind of making the enthusiastic, and also enthusiastic because it is the learned of the Bodhisattvas. There has the kind of the activities, and they need to write, debate, and to teach Buddha's teachings. And also it's like maybe whatever he has experienced about the Bodhicitta, how he realized it, and maybe he can to just write down whatever his own experience, then maybe it's such a little bit benefit. Why not? He's saying that. This verse goes like this: through this, my faith will be strengthened for a while, and I will grow more accustomed to what is the virtues. Then should others somehow equal to myself in fortune chance upon this word, they might find them beneficial. And also it's like why I'm writing this. For example, he says, I'm like art of Persides is not very good, and also I'm not expecting such a benefit from these commentaries. But then why you are right in this book? Then he says that because maybe it is like a kind of make the strengthness and to make the cultivate my faith to the Buddha's teaching, and also it's like true the virtues, and also it's like the meditation of the Bodhicitta. Maybe it's like for benefit such also myself in order to develop the faith, and also it's like continue to do the virtues. And of course that is also is very important. This morning we asked to the Shyaji Rinpoche how I can to develop the Bodhicitta, how I can to find some methods in order to develop someone's Bodhicitta. And it's good questions. And sometimes there is some want to do virtue. Maybe also we understood. And also we give education ourselves with spiritual friends. And we have something, idea, want to practice Dharma, but sometimes it's not developed. Slowly, kind of the enthusiastic to do the virtual things fade away. Kind of the evaporate in our minds. Then it's like, even if you say it's like some virtues and a little hesitations. If someone says, let's drink, wonderful, yes. Oh no, let's go to practice Dharma, what? Oh, let's go to a little smoke, yeah, that is good, life is wonderful. And this kind of the non-virtuous, negative things is we all the time such have. Enthusiastic, naturally happy, and to do it. But virtue things, positive things, beneficial things is quite very difficult. And that perspective, it is quite very important to make self enthusiastic. Which kind of things to make a little bit interest. For example, word of my perfect teachers, all the times talking about the 4 reminders: human existence, impermanent, causalities, defects of the samsaras. When we read again, contemplate this again, and to study again, then kind of the renunciation for the samsara, enthusiastic interest for the nirvana, and also it's a hesitation for the negative activity, and happy to do some of the positive things. And that is also we need to give education. Therefore he said is, why not? I want to write. Maybe in order to develop my faith, and want to do some it's like the virtue things. And I will grow more accustomed to what is the virtues. Maybe virtue means the bodhicitta, customs to like kind of the more like making the familiarities, and to more exercise, and more to get the information, or more investigate bodhicitta. For example, this morning Shyāji Zanka Rinpoche says how I can to have the interest to the bodhicitta. We asked to say it, you should to study the first chapter. The first chapter is the beneficial, the qualities of the bodhicitta. It is the truth. First chapter is very important to study, and how are the qualities of the bodhicitta. How much is the benefit of the bodhicitta? When you practice the bodhicitta, how much is the benefit for your daily life, or this life and the next life? How much benefit for your families? How much benefit for others? And how much is the strong virtues? How much is the bodhicitta destroying the obscurations, defilement, so on. Such there is the beneficial and the qualities. It's talking about bodhicitta in the first chapter. And therefore it's like kind of accustomed to what is the virtues. And then is the should others somehow who is the equal to myself in fortune. Of course, if someone's be the equal of the Śāntideva, that person's very lucky and wonderful. But he says like taking the humble attitude to say, maybe some is like my levers, maybe we can to support each other. And maybe a little bit they say also to get the benefit. Therefore, I'm writing this book. Of course, some as who you are the academic student and learned scholars, and maybe you don't need my book. But it's like some is like who is the equal to the myself. Maybe it's the benefit. Chance open this word, they might find them beneficial. And a little bit maybe true, and these books or this like kind of commentaries can get a little bit benefit. Like therefore, and he wrote like this. And of course, it is the most very, very important. He is talking about and custom to the what is the virtues. And virtue is like the Bodhisattva's virtue of the attitude, which is the compassion. And the Bodhisattva's virtues, conduct, the six transcendent. And that is we need to develop, that we need to have faith, devotion. And that we need to more and to develop. That is the most important. And also, it is not kind of to understand the meaning of the Bodhisattva's conduct and Bodhisattva's attitude. It's not just not enough. We need to bring into our minds and mix these explanations, and we need to cultivate our own mind. And our own mind is need, same as the Bodhisattva's mind or the attitude. Also, we need to change our conduct according to Bodhisattva's conduct. And also, we need to cultivate Bodhisattva's precious conduct according to the six transcendent. And therefore, and he said, is the maybe is accustomed to the what is the virtues. And like this, then is that is the preparatory pass, like the sessions, and we can to say is to finish it. Now is the main, and this Bodhicaryāvatāra, and the take itself, and the generally in the whole the Bodhicaryāvatāra itself, it's there is a kind of the three main chapters. It's according to the Bodhicitta prayer of the changchub central Rinpoche. And this is like a first three chapter group. And it is like kind of the, if someone's mind streams, there's no arousing bodhicitta. And then is the first three chapters to making or to make the rebirth of the bodhicitta precious mind into their mind streams. And also it's like a second three chapters. When is someone's mind take the birth of the bodhicitta compassions, and it's not to only to take the birth into the mind streams. We need to cultivate how we can to develop it. And therefore it is like the second three chapters, how to develop it, and the bodhicitta, the compassions about the relative bodhicitta, absolute bodhicitta, and how we can to cultivate, how could make more strong, how we can to realize it, bodhicittas. And also it's like, the second this chapter is like, maybe it's a little bit, I made a mistake, sorry. Second three chapter is like to making the stability into our minds. And it's like once is let the bodhicittas taking the rebirth into our minds, afterwards is never a go away, and to really to confirmly or strongly to stay into our minds. And then its last three chapters is not to like kind of the state there, is to develop, to making the manifestation. And our mind is like becomes same as the like Bodhisattva's mind. And like this three like this. And then also there is a little bit the, how do you say, so different quoting the commentaries. It is how do you say, there's the such kind of the, how it is like a kind of the, why it is righted, which kind of the benefit, how it is the connected. This kind of the a little bit, maybe we can to sheaf and we can to go the main this chapter, and then is the first chapter is the start explanation of the main like a kind of the talking about the human rebirth and the human minds. And here is the when we are like concerning the human body, and the basis the human body is the bodhicittas. We can to say the basis required for the generation of the bodhicitta, we need human bodies. And also it's like the basic required for the generating bodhicitta is the also the virtual minds. We need, there's two kinds of the basis required for the bodhicittas. And the first basis required for the generating bodhicitta as the human existence. And then we can to read the verse 4th. It goes like this: this free and well-fortunate human form is difficult to obtain. Now that we have the chance to realize the full human potential, if we don't make good use for this opportunity, how could we possibly expect to have such a chance again? Here is talking about our body, excellence of the human body, precious human body, and free human body, well-fortunate human form, human existence. That one is the very, very important, and it's difficult to obtain it and the human existence. In the word of my perfect teachers, when we analyze how we get human existence, thinking about the cause, thinking about the conditions, thinking of the numbers, the cause, some cause produce the human existence is a very specific cause. It's not any kind of cause cannot produce the human existence. Any kind of conditions cannot produce the human existence. We need such certain cause and certain conditions, and then we can to get the human existence. And also it is the number of the, we can to look at the sentient beings. In the earth, there is how many sentient beings? Compare the other transmigrations or the sentient beings. Human is nothing. Of course, we're talking about billions human beings, but maybe billions other sentient beings. If we can go to in this one person and the city on the earth, maybe go through this earth, maybe there is more than that living beings, sentient beings. It's like a human is very rare. And therefore this kind of human beings, human existence, when we obtain, and we should to recognize, we should to appreciate, we should to realize it. That is also part of the realization. You know, it's like many human beings, they do not realize their own pressures of the human existence. There is some small negative circumstances, maybe slight some negative circumstances. Like a kind of you are not sick, you are not kind of lose something. Maybe you say it's like, oh, a little bit make disappointment me by my boyfriend or girlfriend. Maybe I want to make the suicide. Oh, I can't get a little bit something what I needed. Maybe I want to die. So. And this kind of the foolish human beings, they never appreciate their own body. And also, they never kind of thinking about such valuable, their own body. They think it's just very easy to get. And also someone says, oh, I don't want to again coming back human realm. Maybe you say that, but maybe it's a bit difficult to next time. For example, other sentient beings, when they look at the human existence, they have such kind of the envious, they have such jealous, they have such kind of the wish. Wow, look at the human beings. They have such advantages, such freedoms. And this kind of who can to obtain it. And also in the Śāntideva he says, here is, we have the chance to realize it, the full human potentials. And someone's, it is like done on our past lives. Maybe we need to appreciate on our previous life. Thank you. Really done very things. The result, the impact is now, right now. Now it's like we don't do nothing virtual things, or to making collect the cause of in order to rebirth again in humans. Maybe it's a very like kind of the stupid. And we can to take example. Today maybe it's very comfortable, maybe everything is going very well, fantastic. It's not a result right now. This is obvious, logically. Because today is comfortable, today is everything we prepared yesterday. Whatever we prepared yesterday, and the result is today is coming. And maybe yesterday we prepared a fantastic way to thinking more tomorrow and make nice, comfortable food, everything. Then today is more, we relax, no need to run, no need to worry, and no need to suffer. And already like we prepared. It's obvious. Then we can to say, thanks. Yesterday myself, family, others. We done quite nice. Now it's a result, wonderful. But also we cannot continue to this one tomorrow. Or maybe if we want to make more comfortable tomorrows, we should to prepare today to concern tomorrow. If we can today sleeping and whatever we have today to use, and nothing concerning tomorrow, if we don't practice to prepare the tomorrow morning breakfast, when we in the morning wake up, no tea, no milk, no egg, no bread, no jam, nothing, then maybe we need to beat each other and we need to complain each other. Then need to run. Maybe it's also we don't prepare the money. We go to the shop, can you give me one bread? Can you give me one egg? It's a very disaster things happen. This is the obvious, this is the example. Maybe also in this life, we obtain the human existence. Also we have such freedoms. For example, it's like freedom from the hell, freedom from the hunger ghosts, free from the animal elements. And also we say we are freedom from the like long life God. And also it's like we are freedom from the nagas. And also we are freedom from some is like wrongdoing things. And such like kind of we are not handicaps. We have all the organs, all the like kind of the faculties. Everything is like kind of completed. This kind of we need to again and again to think. Therefore here is said the free. Well fortunate means we are not lack of the food, cloth, shatter, and also it's everything, there's nothing we have wet. And also it's like a kind of the, maybe we obtain the human existence, but we never met any Buddha's teaching. Also there is no well fortune. If we can maybe to reborn during the Buddha's teachings, but maybe we haven't got or not enhanced by the spiritual friends. Also on fortune, it is not well kind of the fortune, but we met the Buddha's teaching, and also we met the spiritual friends and give the explanation. Also we have opportunity to study the Buddha's teaching scriptures or the teachings. That is also such well-fortunate humans. And we need to concern it like this. And of course there is a number of the human qualities, 32 or the 18 freedom, like kind of human qualities. You need to write down these qualities some time to time. We should to learn and to study, to contemplate, and also to analyze. Maybe we can to more appreciate our own precious, this body. This is our own body, our own belonging, our own possess or position, or like belonging, but we never appreciate. We should to appreciate. And also this under this body, and under this body, under this body, under this body, under this body, we can to go to the completely in the enlightenment. Absolutely, on this like kind of the boat of the human beings, we can cross the ocean of the samsara to reach the other shore of the nirvanas. And it's the really times. Therefore, Buddha, when he became the 32 years old, he said, I need to do something urgently, quickly, urgently. I like very much this word, urgently. For example, it's like I take myself, and I'm born in these human realms, and also I have great opportunities to study Buddha's teaching, to practice Buddha's teaching. I have many opportunities, but all the times carrying the distracted minders, doing kind of the useless things, this and that, and already reach more over the 50 years. Now it's like kind of the very much closer to the death. And then it's like not much strength, same as the before. And then urgently to quickly do it, but still it's very difficult to do. And concerning worldly, where is delicious, where is entertainment, where is like this. The death is the certain, 100%, no doubts, but never ever thinking about the death. Oh, I'm like deathless. And no problem, I have some later. Like this, if we're doing this way, we are like a little bit kind of Western, losing our precious human existence. And therefore, urgently, to adopt all the kind of useless activities, urgently we need to do. If we never adopt or never cut our samsaric activities, endless. Therefore we call the cyclic existence. And therefore it's like now it is the time, very important to make the meaning for precious this human existence. And also this obtain, as I said, is like thanks for the periods of our life. Maybe great beings that done something wonderful things, give to in this life. It doesn't matter in our life. For example, today we have comfortable, nice things. We appreciate ourselves because in the periods we done. And now it's in this life, if we don't make good also for these opportunities, we just waste into doing the useless things, and certainly we are reached the front of the death. And then it's like externally dissolution, death process start. Who can to help? By father, mother, God, Buddha, nobody's 100%. And of course, we need to go through alone. Everything's need to leave behind there. We need to go into where we go, I don't know. Probably we want to be some comfortable place. And we go to the some comfortable the holiday place or not. Depends on our preparations. If we nothing to prepared in this life, after the death, there's negative guidance came. We don't know where they can to bring to us. Maybe such a horrible place. That time is we are like kind of the making the lamentation sound. It's too late. For example, lamentation sound and the hell, hunger ghosts, animals, and how much they are making the lamentation sound, and how much they are suffering. We can to obviously to direct to see, and to think about that. We should to do something. It is like right now. Because in the future, how could we possibly expect to have such a chance against it? Of course, we are expecting all the times the future I want to be comfortable, future I want to comfortable. If we're doing negative things, we never prepared something is positive things, good for the futures, and then how we can to receive it. For example, every day we eat a poison, and we have such a wish to be healthy. Is it possible? And it's impossible. Every day we eat like kind of the healthy, medicinal. Even we're not expecting for be healthy or good, maybe become more healthy. And therefore it is the right now is the most important to decide, or the decision to do, to practice the compassions. Maybe we can to stop 5 minutes. You are sleeping. Sorry for that.